Welcome back. Welcome back. Almost close to the end of this countdown, the top 100 underrated R&B songs. Here we go. We're gonna start with number five. We're in the top five right now. We got it close to the end. Number five, Alexander O'Neal, "Sunshine," 1987. The song should have been a charting-topping hit, but it wasn't. So we're gonna break down why this song was not a hit as it should have been. It was buried as the final sixth single on his massive 1987 album, Hearsay, overshadowed by a chart-topping behemoth like Fake and Criticized. Produced and written by the duo of Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, it missed mainstream pop traction and became the lowest seller as far as the album was concerned internationally, leaving it as a hidden deep cut known mostly to die-hard 80s soul and Quiet Storm fans. Hearsay was so packed with smashes, criticized, Fake, never knew love like this, that sequential singles lost momentum by the time the Sunshine arrived late in the cycle. Unlike the explosive up-tempo funk of Fake, Sunshine was a smooth, mid-tempo group that relied on nuanced vocal control rather than immediate radio flash, but it received little to no major radio push in key international markets compared to the album's initial singles. So it had limited promotion. That's why it was under the radar. The Overload, the album, Quiet Storm, Subtleties, it's a classic though. The keyboard riffs, the lush harmonies, Jim Jam's production was definitely fantastic. Um, Alexander O'Neal delivered that warm, vulnerable, deeply soul-led lead performance that highlighted his underappreciated range. So there's a lot of reasons why this song was underrated. That's why I put it in the top five. When I wrote came up with the list, I just felt that it deserved to be, celebrated as a great song, and something that was under the radar. So in my conclusion, this song, Sunshine by Alexander O'Neal, is considered an underrated R&B masterpiece, but it was overshadowed by massive crossover hits on the same album of Hearsay. So from poor international single promotions, yeah, it was the sixth and final single from his multi-platinum 1987 masterpiece, Hearsay. The track never quite received standalone spotlight it deserved despite its flawless production and vocal performance. Hearsay was a juggernaut album, packed with dominant high-energy singles like Never Knew Love Like This, Fake, Criticized, that dominated radio airplay and dance clubs. So by the time Sunshine was pushed as a single, the album cycle was winding down. Listeners were already looking ahead to the next wave of the late 80s New Jack Swing. The song, Sunshine, performed well on US R&B radio, but lacked major global push. It became O'Neal's lowest selling single in UK, peaking at this point 72. The poor performance happened despite the UK generally being O'Neal's most loyal stadium selling market. The commercial stunt caused the song to slip through the cracks of international R&B history. The Quiet Storm slow burn. Unlike O'Neal's aggressive body vocal deliveries on Criticized and Sunshine, Sunshine is a tender mid-tempo ballad. The track highlighted his incredible artistic range, blending gritty soul vocals, reminiscent of Otis Redding, the soft vulnerability. Also written and produced by Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. The production featured a perfect blend of rich synthesizers and a warm, uplifting bass line, epitomizing the late 80s Quiet Storm subgenre. The enduring brilliance of this song has got to be discovered through modern hip hop and contemporary R&B. Producers, artists regularly breathe new life into its infectious chorus and melody. The song distinctly hook was reinterpreted by Babyface, sent by artists like LL Cool J and Tony Lordaz. I think Jay-Z did a song called, I believe, Sunshine with Foxy Brown, I think. Babyface was on it. I think that's what Babyface is mentioned on this one. Let's see, get into it. Jay-Z, Sunshine. Looking at Jay-Z, Sunshine. I think that was with Foxy Brown and Babyface. Yeah, Always Be My Sunshine. Yep, that was a song right there. Mm-hmm. That's all I gotta say about that. That's it. Always Be My Sunshine. So I gotta be the influence of Alexander O'Neal. Yeah, so that's the influence of Alexander O'Neal's Sunshine. The sixth final single off that album in '87. And it was released in 1989. Yeah. Like, so that's it, man. I'm done. Break it down why this was a top five underrated song. You know, history of R&B, Nas. When I put the book together, be back at 1:30. Next one. Talk to you soon.